It's shaped really nicely.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's the Speed Freaks Mojo. I got it done. I was really sucking on Friday and Saturday morning, got the speech for you guys, got the pep talk.
I am completely being sarcastic and kidding. Don't ever drink and drive.
Some days it's really easy to get along with him. Some days we butt heads. Courtney and I just butt heads with him. We're very similar in so many ways. We're all very stubborn.
Please hang up and try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
What is going on, Freak Nation? I can't tell you how special this show is going to be, other than it's going to be freaking special. How about that? As we come to you from the beautiful confines of the Worldwide Technology Raceway conference room, a beautiful 8,014-inch television behind shot of Worldwide Technology behind her, Richard C. Suave, Cole Cusimano back in the Lucas Oil Studios, and it's going to be a hell of a show, man. This thing is stacked. Chase Elliott, your NASCAR Cup Series winner from Kansas, will be here in the Freak Nation. Also, Kyle Larson will be joining Cole Cusimano. He'll be here in the Freak Nation. Also, Tony Schumacher, 8-time NHRA Top Fuel champion, will be here. We'll also hear from Brittany Fox. Brittany Force. We'll hear from Jack Beckman. We'll also hear from Doug Kaleta, Matt Hagan, and Greg Anderson, the 3 pro winners from Worldwide Technology Raceway, coming up in the show as well. So it's going to be a hell of a 120 minutes if we get through this damn thing, because my memory's freaking shot.
It's the weekend. Let's put it that way.
After one of the worst travel days trying to get to St. Louis in the history of mankind, I'm about ready for this show to already be over. We're about freaking 2 minutes into this damn thing, Crasher.
Maybe. Yeah, how about 3 flight cancellations, taking a red eye with an 11-year-old, landing in St. Louis at 9:15 in the morning, getting to the racetrack a little bit after 9:30 and having to be on stage live by 10 in our nasty, sweaty, gross red eye attire. It was just, hey, we did it though. We did it. And then, oh, by the way, we Ubered to the track, so then we had to go back to the airport to get our rental car.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know about you, Cole Cusimano, but when you have to wear your underwear after sweating balls for 24, 48 hours, you got to wear it another freaking night, my friend. You might want to take that underwear like I wanted to and throw it out the window. What do you think, bud?
I mean, yeah, I've been there, done that, working at the restaurant and running up and down the pit road whenever I'm at the racetrack. So it's very warranted. Yeah, I got to agree with you there. Yeah, but everything looks like it came out great. So nice job this weekend, guys.
I think Richie just does that every damn week. Richie, you go about 3 days without washing your underwear, right?
That's correct. I am, if not economically savvy, and I reuse a lot. No, what is it? I'm sure they teach Henley all the time in school. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
True. Yes.
And that can go for your
You are green. Richie's green.
Well, we've talked about that. The guy hadn't washed his freaking car all damn year because he's afraid he's going to end the water wells there in South Phoenix.
True. Hey, we got plenty of water to replace that this weekend. That's for sure. As you guys found out.
Yeah, we've benefited negatively from that. My goodness, I've never seen waves of freaking water like that continuously for about an spotlight, loving greatest airport in the history of mankind airport. What do they say? Welcome to the friendliest airport in the world.
Yeah, it is. Hi, Smiley.
Kiss my ass.
Racing happened.
And listen, Crash and I were totally into what was going on at Worldwide Technology Raceway, which, by the way, of course, we know is a NASCAR Cup Series. And we're going to lean on Richard C. and Cole Cusimano to help us out with what happened. Again, going into our Beat the Freaks, and I've said it for so damn long, I can't stand this freaking track, Kansas. My goodness, it sounds like I might eat my words. But hold on a second before Cole Cusimano gets all wet and happy here. Is it a full 3 hours of greatness, or is it just the fact that this last 5-10 laps was awesome, Cole Cusimano?
This was a full 3 hours of greatness. I will not tolerate any more Kansas Speedway slander on this show. It is arguably the best track on the circuit with this current car, and it was just a phenomenal race start to finish. First off, you had the top 5 finishers finish within 255 thousandths of a second. The top 7 finished within 779 thousandths of a second. And then obviously Chase Elliott walked away with the win. And we had some controversy as well with Denny Hamlin and a Toyota teammate and driver in Bubba Wallace on the final lap of the race. So I really, really enjoyed this one. Richie, you are our residential NASCAR shill.
NASCAR shill, baby.
Do you agree? What do you think?
You know what, Cole? I've actually found this race to be pretty dang enjoyable.
There we go.
And that is hard to get me to say on an NFL Sunday. But yeah, there was some great 3-wide racing inside the top 3 on the podium early on in the race. There was a lot of guys who needed wins to advance in the playoffs that were in contention to win this race. Denny Hamlin having to wheel that G-Dang race car around with no power steering for the last entire stint of the race was pretty dang dramatic. So yeah, good racing and drama. NASCAR actually finally delivered this week. All thanks to the playoffs, though, folks. All thanks to the playoffs. Because I'll tell you, Cole, you and I were talking about this before the show. If that was just a normal race 30 of the season, that race is like, okay, that was good. That was entertaining, but it doesn't matter as much as it did because ask Wallace how much that race mattered at the end and how much he needed that win. Tyler Reddick, same thing. Same thing, Chase Briscoe, who's right there on the cut line as well. This race mattered for all those guys, and that's to me what took this race from being a good watch to being like, and including the finish, from being a good watch to being like, yeah, that was an A race for me, especially at the finish.
But hold on a second. You're saying because of the playoffs. I am so confused where this argument with the fan base and NASCAR corporate, it's back and forth, back and forth. So do we need the playoffs for this to be exciting racing or not? Are we, because the rumor was earlier this week, NASCAR is now considering going back to a straight 36 race schedule, no playoffs to determine a champion. And if that's the case, then this Kansas race would not have been as exciting as it was.
I think to an extent. So like Richie was saying, with all the implications of the playoffs, it made this race matter that much more. And like we were talking about before the show started, like if this was the full season format, you'd have pretty much the top 2 cars in contention for the championship at this point. So it really wouldn't matter. But I think the racing in itself was enough to where I found it entertaining. And I think it still would have been a good race regardless if it was a full season points format, because you had so many drivers, like you said, Denny Hamlin rally from that power steering issue, finished runner-up. Even Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, a bunch of these guys had to rally from the rear, tons of passing, just great racing start to finish, and even had a wild ride with Zane Smith there at the end, riding against the wall.
Explain to, and again, my apologies, all I've seen are highlights, short clips, and again, our text thread talking about what happened with Zane Smith.
We've got the Zane Smith to show. If you want the guys to play it, they downloaded it. They uploaded it for you.
Hey, fantastic. Well, producers, where you want to go with this? We want to get into the Chase Sexuals coming up second segment. We want to roll with some Zane Smith since we're already on this.
We got time to go with the Zane Smith because this is one of those things that if you're watching us on Racer Network, you got to see the video because the video explains it all. So yeah, let's go. This is Zane Smith's Wild Ride, courtesy of course NASCAR on NBC.
Come on. Was that Nitro Circus? That's something Nitro Circus. Watch this, baby. We're going to put the bottom of that car going from 3 and 4.
Hey, Travis Pastrana, watch this.
What the hell is that?
Kansas Dega, baby. That's what it boils down to. Like Ricky Bobby riding that wall. Yeah, so John jumped him up into the wall, literally up into the wall, rim-rode that thing, and then just did a couple of flips. Luckily landed tires down and walked away under his phone power. So it was a scary wreck in the moment, but that made for, I think, one of the coolest visuals that we'll ever have in NASCAR history.
That looked like, Cole, that looked like to me, like we all saw the F1 movie, right? Or at least most of us did. And you watch that movie and some of the crashes in that movie, like that would never happen. That would never happen.
Yeah.
That track. That's what I got. When I watched Zane Smith live, I was like, That's a video game move. That's something you're going to see in NASCAR 25, not something that you actually see on a 1.5-mile racetrack like Kansas, that happening in the rollover. And so glad he's okay. Thank goodness he walked away and he's fine. But that was pretty gnarly. Not fun.
Is NASCAR going to fine him, though? Because Ross Chastain, that move was apparently outlawed. Was he trying to do that?
You know what? He could have been. We're in top 15 at the moment. Got to get every position you can get. So good strategy. Whoa.
So again, Zane Smith escaping whatever that looked like what your brain's telling you, man. That stuff's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And he stayed up there for what, 10 seconds? Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Richie said, it was Hollywood right there. It wasn't reality. That looked Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. What I also like about this is in salute to the Chase Sexuals out there, Richie has the Chase Sexuals shirt on. That is pretty snappy there, Richie. I like that Lucas Oil polo you've got sporting right there. Look at that.
Nice. Matches my hat too, all blue. Because I am, folks. I had Chase Elliott in my championship 4. So I am a Chase Sexual. I am on the bandwagon now, y'all. He may not be the most popular driver. I think it's fake. I think Chase fans are fake. But I tell you what now, I'm on board. Let's go. Come on. Chase Sexuals 2025 championship. Come on.
Freak Nation, we are going to hear from the residential head cheese of the Chase Sexuality, Chase Elliott, coming up next. Also coming up, Kyle Larson will join us here in the Freak Nation, Brittany Force, and more as we're doing it live from Worldwide Technology Raceway's snappy little conference room. Just wrapped up the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Chase Elliott next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Speed Priest, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com to check out a line of products to keep your two wheels, your four wheels fat and happy on the road. Fall's here, winter's coming, and if you decide to pack up that big old four-wheeler for the spring and summer of 2026, make sure you got the right products inside that engine from Lucas Oil. All right, so Chase Elliott grabs himself a win for his Chase Sexuals at Kansas, and according to Cole Cusimano, Richard C. Suave, and many other folks, it's a fantastic race that Crasher and I saw we didn't see any of it because we're here at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
I saw stuff on X.
Okay.
I was getting updates as we were getting blasted by Nitro.
All right. Well, there you go. Freak Nation. Worldwide Technology Raceway just wrapped up the Midwest Nationals for the NHRA, where Crasher and I are.
Largest ever crowd. We got to announce this. Largest ever crowd for the Midwest Nats on Sunday.
Badass.
Saturday was a sellout. I'm assuming that means Sunday was a sellout. I just haven't seen that yet, but I did see largest ever Sunday crowd for NHRA here in St. Louis.
Killer. Mm-hmm. And again, the first year that they've had the NASCAR Cup Series inside the playoffs, which again was a fantastic race. They've got so many freaking events here. And if you look behind me, I've got, again, a shot. You can't see the explosions behind me, but this is a shot of the Cup Series rolling through the backstretch of Worldwide Technology Raceway as the pyro goes off. Behind Crasher, you can see the oval lit up awesomely.
Nighttime IndyCar.
You've got IndyCar, NHRA, NASCAR. You've got sports cars, and you've got Formula Drift here.
Yep.
For a Midwest track, it's second to none when it comes to a variety and damn good racing here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. All right, so Chase Elliott got himself a big race win again at Kansas. And Richard C., Cole Cusimano, you want to set up some of the snappy sound from our friend Chase Elliott?
Yeah, Chase Elliott, the Chase Sexuals are back in victory lane, baby. What a finish it was. Chase Elliott beating out Denny Hamlin and the car he owns, 2311, Bubba Wallace. That created some controversy. We're going to get to that in just a little bit, and how much of an ass Denny Hamlin was. We're going to get to that. Hear from Denny, hear from Bubba in just a little bit. But here's Chase Elliott on what he saw on that green, white checker finish that allowed him to sneak on by to get into the round of 8.
I feel like anything could happen, but I mean, you're lining up 10th on a green, white checker. Your odds are not very.
Am I playing that, or are you playing it, Richie?
But I mean, yeah, I've seen crazier things. So my mindset was just try and build up as much momentum as I could and hope things kind of went my way. And fortunately, they did. I felt like I got about as far as I was going to get. Off of 2, had momentum on the white, and then I saw the 11 and 23 racing hard in 3, and I thought, man, if I just stick the bottom here, I might have at least be 3 wide with them off of 4, or something was kind of what I was shooting for. And I really don't know. I have to go back and watch it. I haven't seen it. I saw them running in there really hard. My eyes went, to just do the best I could do to paint the bottom as fast as I could paint it. And I really kind of quit watching them. And then I saw the 11 coming back down and obviously ran into him, I think he was trying to cover my run, but he was too late, at that point. So, just stayed with it and beat him back to the line. So we'll take it.
Cole, I want to ask you about this too. Did you, because he was the first driver to take 4 tires on that final stop, right?
He was, correct.
But he was restarting behind all the Toyotas. So he was starting 6th, 7th, 8th, right? He was back in the pack on that green, white checker finish. I didn't think he had a chance in hell.
Yeah, no, I jinxed it too. I put up a tweet. I was like, you know what? Disastrous pit stops from Hamlin and from Chase Elliott. Lo and behold, they finished 1 and 2. But yeah, he came out. They came in 1-2, first and second, and they both came out, I believe, 7th and 8th respectively.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, 4 tires is a great call, but is there going to be enough time? There was 10 laps left in the race, I think. And so I guess the overtime helped his case a lot. But I think what really helped Chase's favor was the battling between the Toyota teammates. So before the Hamlin and Bubba contact in the final lap, there was also contact between Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace. So a lot of friendly fire in this one. A lot of controversy to follow up last week's with Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin, and that made for a great finish.
Yeah, Toyota's getting themselves in a little bit of trouble. Should we continue on with the chase there, Kenny? Should we continue?
Let's go some more chase sexual. Yes.
More chase sexual. Okay, so he was asked by a member of the media if it's more fun to win in the way he did on that last lap at the finish line, green white checkered finish, or if it's more fun to win in a dominating fashion. Here's Chase Elliott after today's race at Kansas.
I mean, I think the most cool and awesome factor is to just dominate. That's the best way to, put a stamp on a win, and in my opinion, just being a competitor. But I do think that there are, days and moments like today that, bring a definite level of excitement for everyone, right? Like, I didn't know what was going to happen going into turn 3 any more than anybody else did, So I'm excited to go back and watch it. Honestly, like, it's you live this stuff and you live these moments and you obviously I know what my vantage point was, and I remember the things that I was looking at when I was looking at them, but I don't have the full picture, so I'm excited to go back and just see what it all looked like. And I was making split-second decisions based off the information I had in front of me at that time, right? And so I definitely think there's a level of excitement to that one that I'm not sure I've experienced in the Cup Series to this point. I mean, I've been on the opposing end of some excitement for sure.
Hey, Rich,
who's no, I have to say this. Who's the NASCAR intern? Is that where you were going to?
That's exactly where I was going.
You and I are clearly we live together.
You got a $7 billion freaking television contract. You can't pay a freaking Kansas high school individual to go take that freaking camera and zoom in a little bit where we don't have to see the freaking left arm of the NASCAR PR person and kind of make out that that's freaking Chase Elliott.
Yeah, right.
With his damn bowling shoes on.
It's
Come on.
horrible framing.
Oh.
Hi, you've got some TV networks that are taking this feed and you can't frame it properly. What's going on, NASCAR?
One thing you can make out from this very zoomed out presser is Chase Elliott's 70s porn star mustache. I think he's taking the Chase Sexuals label to heart. He looks like the next Dirk Diggler.
Hey!
Put the hammer down on the competition. Only led 24 laps in this race, but you know what? He now has 3 top 5s over his last 4 starts, and he's locking into round 3. Watch out for this team. Also, last time he won multiple races in a single season, the last 3 seasons actually, he won multiple races. Went to the final round, championship 4. So
told you, man. I told
Richie,
you.
You're onto something.
I told everybody in the Freak Nation that Chase Elliott was in the Final 4, and I am not giving up on that train. Didn't pick him to win though, but
I had him in mind. Beat the Freaks.
Hey, there we go.
Same.
Oh, so that tells me he might not have a winner this week.
Right.
Except the Speed Freaks.
One more, Richie?
Sure. Yeah. So Cole is a big Kansas snorkeler.
Yep.
I liked it. I'm not quite on that train to say that. I'm not quite the shill. I'm not all the way shill. I'm like 70% shill. Well, Chase Elliott was asked why Kansas races so well in this car. So here is his answer to that question, or at least trying to answer that question.
It's a really complicated answer that it would take me, I think, a very long time to explain how I would want to explain it. So I think the best thing is just chalk it up as it's shaped really nicely. It's the entries are wide. You have a lot of options to run different lanes, and the surface is really smooth. Too, I think, to put it simply. So this car likes places where you can enter in different lanes, and I think where the struggles come in are when you're stuck behind someone in a really small preferred lane on corner entry, and your options dwindle. And
we did not have to. I'm glad we didn't have to censor that, because that was a little NASCAR after darky there. Little NASCAR after dark, because it's shaped really well and it's nice and smooth.
Why do you like Kansas?
Dirk Diggler comment too. How about that?
Yeah, I heard Dirk Diggler. I heard Train. I'm hearing all this going, man, what the hell's going on, man? Gosh, I'm just glad that on the Freak Radio Network, at least we're on after 10 on Sunday nights.
On the East Coast, not West Coast.
Man.
West Coast is still 7.
Richie, is your face red right now? Are you embarrassed?
Oh, why?
No, I'm just making sure. You might be embarrassed.
Well.
Yeah, that wasn't a NASCAR after dark. I'll give you that. Again, with that freaking stash that he's got, and I can't get past that freaking white. That's like 70s porno film. You know, that freaking shot there. It's just hideous. Come on, NASCAR. We love you, but dang it. Hire
someone who knows what they're doing.
Please. Cole Cusimano, who interviews Kyle Larson next. Who does he hire? Well, he hires an executive with the NASCAR to hold the damn camera. It's going to look spiffy the next segment as well. Listen, there's an interview that we've got with Doug Coletta, your points leader in the top fuel class with NHRA. An 11-year-old is holding the camera and does a better job than a company that's got a $7 billion TV contract.
True.
Common NASCAR L in 2025.
We got a break. We got a break, guys. Shut up. We got a break. More freaks next, including Kyle Larson.
Shut up. Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Oops.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Go to generaltire.com to check out a line of tires. Keep all of those things in your garage happy through the fall and winter weather. Right now through the end of October, man, get up to $100 back with a MasterCard prepaid card when you buy 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. Go to generaltire.com. That's generaltire.com. More from Kansas Speedway, and evidently a race that Crasher and I didn't catch much of because we're hanging out here at Worldwide Technology Raceway outside of St. Louis for the NHRA Nationals. Hell of a freaking weekend, man. A great weekend. And we'll hear from Greg Anderson, Doug Coletta, Matt Hagan, Tony Schumacher, Brittany Force. It's that kind of a weekend, Freak Nation. But first, Kyle Cusimano had a chance to catch up with our Cole Cusimano had a chance to catch up with our good friend Kyle Larson as he threw out the first pitch earlier this week for the Diamondbacks, and talked to him about a number of things, including that doubleheader coming to Phoenix for IndyCar and NASCAR. Does Kyle Larson want to run that bad boy? All right. Cole Cusimano with Kyle Larson now, Speed Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Freak Nation, Cole Cusimano here with Kyle Larson, NASCAR Cup Series champion, out here at Chase Field while the D-backs are in the middle of a heated postseason race. Kyle Larson's in the middle of the postseason battle of his own. First top 10 in the playoffs this season. How you feeling? What are the vibes like being back here as we go to Kansas?
Yeah, I would not have picked Loudon, New Hampshire as our first top 10 in the playoffs, but no, I mean, it was good to get a solid run in, but I still want to be a little bit better. But yeah, we're here in Arizona and supporting the Diamondbacks tonight. Going to throw out the first pitch and help promote the championship weekend here at Phoenix.
Just what are the emotions like being here? Does it give you any extra motivation to go out there and get the job done this weekend at Kansas?
For me though, I mean, like, not looking too far ahead, but I just flying into Phoenix. I love Arizona and just get you excited about coming back here in whatever it is, 6 weeks or so. And for me, like, where are we going to go to dinner? Like, what are we going to do? Should we rent a house? Like, it's such a vacation spot here in Arizona, especially that time of year, as it's starting to cool down. So I would love to come back here and be in the Final Four. That's just, it's such a fun feeling, Last year, unfortunately, I wasn't in the Final Four, and it was just kind of a odd feeling. Where the other years we've been fighting for a championship, whether it be on the owner's side or driver's point side. So want to get back to that and feel that pressure again.
You're no stranger to IndyCar racing, obviously. Big news came out that IndyCar's doing a doubleheader next year at Phoenix Raceway with the Xfinity Series. What are your thoughts on that overall, just IndyCar and NASCAR doubleheader here?
I think it's awesome. I love crossover in motorsports. That's kind of what I'm all about. So I had heard about it, and then saw the schedule release and got really excited. I think it's gonna be great just for the fans to get to experience a lot of different racing that weekend, some high profile racing. So kudos to both series for collaborating, and hopefully we can see more of that in the future.
Any thoughts on maybe running the IndyCar race at Phoenix yourself?
No. I'm good. I'll have a really good time watching and supporting where I can. But we'll just enjoy that weekend. Maybe if it was another track, but I love Arizona so much. I like outside the track. I'll probably be golfing maybe during the IndyCar race.
Is there anybody from IndyCar that you would like to see race in the Cup Series that weekend that you maybe want to beat?
Judging off of how untouchable Penske cars are on that style of track, I mean, it'd be the perfect place for Joseph Newgarden to make his debut in a Cup car. So he'd probably go out there and run top 5 easily, and I'm not even exaggerating in that thing. So I don't think that Roger would probably let him, but I wish that he would, because he would showcase his talents and IndyCar's talent so well in that weekend.
Why should we expect to see you and the 5 team out here at Phoenix in 6 weeks battling for a championship?
Well, we had a great Loudon, and we're plus 41. We're going to Kansas, a good track for us. Hopefully we can have another good points day and be well above the cut line before the Roval. Get through this round, And then Vegas is a great track for us, so we could hopefully go there. It'd be awesome to get a win, but if not, hopefully have a good points day. Talladega, I feel like we do a really good job on speedways of gaining points and getting good finishes now this year. And then honestly, Martinsville has been one of our better tracks, so I really like the next round. So just gotta get there, and then you do a good job executing. But the playoffs get so tough. Like everybody elevates their games, cars, drivers making wilder decisions and stuff. So it definitely gets tougher. But I definitely see a path for sure of us getting to race for a championship.
Kyle Larson, Cole Cusimano, Speed Freaks.
Hey, Cole Cusimano, was the highlight of that interview for you the fact that Kyle Larson asked you how long you've been with Speed Freaks?
I'll be honest, I was stunned. I was so thrown off, but it was so cool hearing that. He was like, yeah, how are Kenny and Crash doing? I'm like, oh, they're great. Thanks for asking. I got to let them know. But yeah, that was so cool. In a little bit of disbelief there.
What a week for Kyle, though.
Yeah.
Because he flies out to Phoenix, throws out the first pitch for the Diamondbacks game, and hangs out. Probably played a little bit of golf. No, I'm just kidding. And then heads to Chiefs practice and hangs out with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, and then gets a Mahomes jersey. And did I see that Patrick Mahomes got an entire fire suit of Kyle Larson's? Wow. Usually it's a crew shirt that they give, a fire suit. Patrick Mahomes has a fire suit of Kyle Larson.
I like that little.
Yeah.
I like that little knock too, where
Oh, I know.
I'll probably be playing golf during the car race. I love it they're there, but you know what? I'm going to be playing golf.
Well, he probably forgot.
Too.
Right. Yes, he did. Shout out to a Penske driver. He forgot though. The IndyCar race is going to be at night, Saturday night. So if Kyle Larson really plays golf during the IndyCar race of the doubleheader weekend in in Phoenix in March,
Top Golf.
Oh, Top Golf. There
Yeah.
you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what he'll be doing.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, I have a feeling he's going to be at the track watching.
Yeah, I agree.
Listening to his answer there about IndyCar, Cole, and probably it's just me trying to make something of it. He would never admit it, but when you asked him about doing the doubleheader, and he goes, "Oh no." That was kind of like, God, hell no, that stuff scares the crap out of me now.
No.
I know, I get this, Crasher.
He had a tiny bit of a sophomore slump in Indianapolis this year.
I get it, but it's like, knowing how he rolls as an athlete and a motorsports driver, he just, I wouldn't want to go out that way, the way he went out in IndyCar.
Oh, I don't think he's done. Yeah.
Me either.
I don't think he's done, but I think right now he's like, give me a little bit longer.
Yeah. Hey, he mentioned Newgarden doing a one-off for the Cup Series race. What about Denny Hamlin for the IndyCar race? Because he ran no power steering the last stage of this race. So why not? Denny Hamlin, let's do it.
Oh, yes. That is absolutely legitimate right there. Denny Hamlin drove an IndyCar the last stage of today's race at Kansas. You bet.
When I hear those guys have Hamlin runs out of it. the master cylinder ran out of power steering fluid. No, when he lost his power steering, I go, "You're on a stupid oval, man. Settle down. Just crank it to the whining bastards."
It would maybe make part of coming in and out of the pits a little more difficult, but yeah, I'm kind of with you.
All right.
You're on an oval and you're, I don't know.
Stop
Again,
whining.
it's why we're behind mics and we don't drive race cars.
Yeah, stop your damn whining, man. Stop. And Cole Cusimano. Hey, Cole, why didn't you get one of those snappy little Hendrick D-backs hats, man?
You know what's so I was literally there at the last second to get him on the field for an interview. I didn't even notice the hat until Cody pointed it out. That's a really cool hat. And HMS has been knocking out of the park with their custom hats for each race weekend. That one, yeah, pretty badass. Not gonna lie.
All right, so you still didn't answer my question. Why didn't you get one?
I didn't even know he had it on until I got back. Over the interview.
Yeah, he answered it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
You walk into the studios, and I got all kinds of swag waiting on you. You couldn't give me one of those snappy freaking hats, you bastard.
It's for Kenny. That's why he's asking you, Cole. He's not asking for yourself. He's asking for him. Oh, okay.
I left the studio on Wednesday from Hump Day. I parked my car. I got a call from Humphrey, and I literally ran to the field, sprinted onto the field, and I got the interview in there like the very last second. So I wasn't even thinking. I was just go, go, go.
You weren't thinking, I've got to get Kenny a freaking Hendrick hat? Bastard.
Sorry.
Jesus, man.
Let me get a chance. Give me a asexual hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want, Crash? What do you want?
Anything IndyCar.
Okay.
All right.
I'll find something at the doubleheader in Phoenix.
Freak Nation, coming up next, 2 freaking winners from the Worldwide Technology Midwest Nationals. Top Fuel pilot, Scott Coletta, your points leader, and now sitting 2 in points. Doug Coletta, thank you. And sitting number 2 in points, Matthew C. Hagan. Both of them will join us next segment right here. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. Hit the break there, Sargento.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Matt Hagan back at the Freak Nation. It's been a while, you happy bastard, man. About time you got yourself a race win. Two things, though. We said this back in 7th grade. This is in the 70s. Grab-assing. What is grab-assing to a funny car driver? I know what it was to athletics where we're popping each other with a towel, but what's grab-assing to a race team?
You come in, man, and you're patting everybody on the back, and you're patting them on the ass, everything else, And so, like teams that they just have that chemistry and that vibe, you know what I mean? You can come in there and do that, man, and it's just like it's just a great work environment, man. When you come in there, these guys got wrenches in their hand and smiles on their face, and it's just ready to go to work, And when you give me 10 guys that have a wrench in their hand and a smile on their face, we're gonna win some stuff, So I'm excited about it. We got a great group, man, and they work really, really, really hard behind the scenes to put a great race car underneath me. And today it was one of those deals where it's like my lights were off a little bit at the beginning, and my crew chief worked with me on the barrel valve and some different things and brought my lights around, and it's just, but that's what it takes teamwork, right? And he could have just been like, well, cut a better light, you know what I mean? But I went out there and got in the trenches and fixed some stuff and helped me out, and then I felt confident about the rest of the day, So we had a great day here in St. Louis. American Rebel beer on the car, and we're drinking American Rebel beer in the winner's circle. So how cool is it when you got a sponsor you can go drink with, And then it's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? Nobody's in trouble, nobody's mad, you know what I mean? Like, it's great, you know what I mean? So great group of sponsors with Dodge, with Direct Connection, Jason Johnson with Johnson Horsepower Garage. I mean, and all those guys, salt of the earth people, including the guys at Dodge with Mark Whitney and everybody else. It's just very, very blessed to have a group that really supported my entire career out here since 2009, and I've seen.
Can I cut you off? Because you're going to talk for another 17 minutes. Brother, after that first round, I think you're still sitting at the light.
Oh, dude,
it was like a 6-hour light. What the hell was that, bro?
Man, it's tough out there, but that's they mix it up out there to keep you going, you know what I mean? So I had like a 114 light, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like go. I think my crew chief kicked the car in the ass, you know what I mean? They're like, go, So
what happens there? Because I mean, you're not Justin Ashley, but you still can leave on these sons of bitches.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely. I mean, like that's why my guys went out there and worked on the barrel valve and the injector and different things like that. But
they weren't blaming the driver.
Well, they did, but I was a little help will help, and they did that. So they showed me some love, and man, we got it done today. Then at the end of the day, that's really what counts, and we closed the gap on Austin there. Those guys. I think we look at them like Superman because they just can't do anything wrong, and they did today, and we were there to capitalize on it, and we put ourselves within 20 points of this deal, So it's a real dogfight now, man. Like, and I'm excited about that, It's just I've been able to win 4 championships, pressure, and it's just like I'm that dude that's like, all right, we worked here for this opportunity, give me the ball, let's go, I'm a big boy, give me the ball, we won't run somebody over, So, but I think we still got a lot of work ahead of us. There are a lot of guys out there that can still strike and keep working hard.
But what specifically is it going to take? You can tell me consistency, you can tell me just the great team behind you, which we know you have, but something else is going to have to get in either his psyche or on your take.
Well, I think it just takes us really fine-tuning our craft there. The problem with it is that the conditions everybody has to deal with, and I think be able to be adaptable, right? Like and be able, when you have a 90-degree race weather out there and the track's one, to make those changes and those calls. There's some guys great when it's cool and they have that hot, that cold weather tune up, and then there's guys that run really great when it's hot, and just being to be able to be flexible. And I think that's what Mike Knutson does. We run through so many parts and pieces with clutch disc and pistons and heads and all this other stuff, and you have to adapt to that. And I think that's something that our guys do a really good job of. We might not go out here and set the world on fire, but we're very adaptable, and I think that's going to carry through and make it more consistent when we get into different conditions.
I love that answer. You didn't say experience.
Yeah, well, we
that
don't
has
have
to
any.
play. Oh, yes, you do. Are you kidding me? Four-time
Yeah.
champion.
No,
Experience
but
as well.
My crew chief is brand new, right? So that's I'm
you.
Yeah, but I can only do so much, you know. I mean, tuners win championships, and we have a brand new guy under the helm here, and for where he's at and what we're doing, I couldn't be more pleased. I mean, to already won 2 races with his, with this guy, brand new, make it all like, think about the pressure when he rolls into every new racetrack and he's never been down those tracks and have to make those calls in those conditions. That's a lot of pressure, and he's doing a great job with that. So putting that in perspective, we're way farther than I thought we would be already. So everything from here on out is a plus, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But pressure creates diamonds, and you got the right people in place. I'm just going to go right back to that.
Right on. No, and my guys believe in me, and I believe in them, and I'm just excited to see what these next 3 races bring. As it's always, very humbling and awesome to be in the hunt. I think we just got to keep working hard, and things will fall the way they fall.
My beautiful 11-year-old daughter.
Yeah, come on in here.
You did something special today, and she would like to ask you a question. Henley would like to ask you a question.
All right.
So, today, of course, you won in Funny Car, and today is also your daughter's 16th birthday. Yeah. Tell us, what does that mean to you?
Oh, wow. It's a really special day because she's turned 16. You only, they call that Sweet 16 one time, and it's just like I wasn't there for it. So I got some making up to do when I get home, but, it's cool to win on her birthday, but it's also cool to see her grow up. Everybody stay off the roads because she's 16 now, and you never know what's left and right and how it's going to go. But like I said, it's happy birthday, Penny. We love you and miss you, and we'll see you soon.
What's great about Doug Coletto winning this race is he walks right by us going, I didn't recognize you guys. Dougie, I haven't changed in 25 years, man. No, I haven't. You're the one that's changing, man. 5 race wins here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Something special about this track for you, even with all these crazy weather conditions that we've gone through.
Yeah, this is a hell of a facility. Back in the day, I ran my Silver Crown car and an ARCA car over on the Oval years ago, and so that's when I first started drag racing. After that, it was like this was a cool place to come. Just having that memory. So, but no, they've done a hell of a job with this facility. I think they had $1 million to win race last weekend with the bracket cars. So I mean, they're racing. It's been a heavy month for them. So, but to be able to come here in a countdown race and get a win was real special.
It was a gauntlet for you to run through to get to the final round. And, of course, the underdog with Ida Soderstrom, a lot of folks cheering for her, and you said you really weren't paying attention that she was next to you and what this what this underdog could do. No attention at all?
Yeah, no, she's good. And she's done a great job, with the car and media and just everything that she's been doing. So definitely wasn't taking her lightly. I knew she was over there, so maybe I was just, faking it or whatever. But, any of these guys and girls we're running, it's you got to bring your A game. And fortunately, we were able to get by all these guys today.
Is there any way to truly tell the audience how you are so focused in each round? Because you got cameras in your face everywhere, but you are in your own lane. You don't pay attention to all that nonsense. You've got points people you need to take down. How does that register for you on a race day?
Yeah, it's just trying to do my job the best I can, and just try to stay low key with what we're doing. So, but it's it's getting down to the end of the year, and fortunately, this is our 3rd win of the year. So, just real proud of my guys. Just the confidence of having the team I have behind me is a huge relief for me.
I would have to think that's easier said than done, though. The pressure here is so tight.
Yeah, no, it's been a fun day, and we'll take this home and have a weekend off, and then get right back at it.
Dallas, Vegas, Pomona. Is there one that you look more forward to than the others? Or again, you're in your lane and you're focused on anything for points?
So for me, it would be nice just to get enough points to where we get to Pomona and not be down to the last round of the last race. So that's the goal. And Pomona, that's always been my history there. So it would be nice. But I think if we just keep doing what we're doing and let the next 3 races, all 3 tracks are great tracks to go to. Love them both, all 3 of them. And just to get to Pomona and just have a little bit of a breathing room would be huge.
But Doug, you've been doing this long enough to where you've been in every scenario approaching a championship. But does it ever get to a point where we can call up your Rolodex going, okay, I felt like this coming out of St. Louis, or is it just still one of those instances where you experience it once you go through it each time?
Yeah, well, I've been second a lot throughout my career, and so I've got the one championship. So I don't have a big history book on winning the championships, but no, it definitely starts with having a great team behind me. And again, I just can't say it enough. I mean, these cars are incredibly mechanical. Trying to keep this thing in the lane, in your groove and hitting the tree good is definitely my contribution to this effort. And so yeah, it's going to be a team effort all the way to the end.
Do you remind yourself, that's right, Alan Johnson's back and he's back behind me right now?
Yeah, I tell you, for years he was in the other lane, and I'm pretty fortunate. Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Love that guy, man. Doug Coletta joining us here in the Freak Nation. Top Fuel winner from Worldwide Technology Raceway, along with Matt Hagan, your funny car winner. Matt Hagan's in second in points. Coming up, Denny Hamlin puts out a tweet that pisses all of us off because we want to like the guy so damn bad. Plus, Brittany Force will be joining us, Jack Beckman, and Tony Schumacher. Big second hour of the Freaks. Coming up, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation. Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
You know, Freak Nation, when you do a show from Worldwide Technology Raceway's conference room, you never know who's going to roll in here. Two wonderful women that work at the event, work at the track. Actually, they run the damn track, frankly. Allison and Catherine, who decided to come join us. They were up top the
drag tower.
The drag tower for their year-end celebration, just getting lit. So they had to come.
Okay. I don't think so. They were talking just fine.
Yes, they were. Maybe it's just me being jealous. She's standing over here. Okay, you weren't lit.
How dare you?
You weren't lit.
Neither one of them were.
Why didn't you guys get drunk? Why weren't you guys? Because you got to drive
They're
home.
exhausted. Oh, yeah, and they have to drive home.
All
So
right.
there you go.
But I got to say, they are two wonderful women to work with,
Mhm.
and it's always fantastic when we get a chance to spend some time here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And those two women, along with two or three others, and Chris Blair and everybody here, makes this trip enjoyable as F. Freak Nation.
You've got me facing their big whiteboard calendar, and you
Mhm.
just said that this was their season-ending party. I see a lot going on in the month of October. They're not done just yet, including the Lucas Oil Series next weekend.
Right? Holy smokes!
I know.
I mean,
So it's like almost an end-of-year party.
yeah, Cole Cusimano, are you sitting? Are you sitting on a freaking your extendo chair? Look
at his
tiny.
face.
There you go. There he is.
Always
Right.
conscious of the headroom.
Yeah. Hey, coming up this hour, Freak Nation. Again, wouldn't you know it? Well, listen, I'll miss a freaking cup race anytime I can hang at Worldwide Technology Raceway for a fantastic event like we did today with NHRA. Doug Coletta wins Top Fuel. Greg Anderson wins Pro Stock. Matt Hagan wins the Funny Car class. And Gage Herrera
Gage Herrera again.
wins the bikes again.
Mhm.
But it's, again, it's, I say this every time. And yes, they're a partner of ours, but when I mean this when I say it about this track. They're not owned by Bruce Smith's company or NASCAR. It's a single-owned track where it's few and far between that there are single-owned tracks. And we're Pocono, right?
True.
Pocono. Who else, Cole? What other tracks out there?
Indianapolis. I mean, technically.
Indianapolis that come to mind that are anybody else?
Barber Motorsports Park, I believe, is independent, but they don't host NASCAR. The cool thing that we've heard about WWT Raceway, we hear it from NHRA drivers, we hear it from IndyCar drivers, we hear it from NASCAR drivers, we hear it from drifters,
Right.
is that as you're driving in from the 70, you see this big facility and you just see its massiveness, and you know that as you're driving either into the track grounds or around one of the parts to get to your parking lot, you just know you're at this really grand, all-inclusive facility. It's a statement piece.
Yep.
Is what it is. And a lot of drivers say that. It's just, you see it from the freeway all the way until you drive in, and you just feel important when you're on the grounds.
So, yeah, we spent the last couple of days here after some gnarly travel to get here, but I digress, Freak Nation. We're going to try and get to Greg Anderson this segment, but Richie sprung something on me, Richie or Cole, that, again, just like, I just want to say, Denny, come on, man. Can you just chill, my friend, and just focus on this G-damn championship that you've never won? The issue between him and Ty Gibbs last week, his teammate Ty Gibbs has taken up some space that really didn't need to be taken up. I mean, Ty Gibbs Ty Gibbs continues to be an a-hole, and you just don't need to pay attention to a-holes, Denny. Richie, do we have that graphic by any chance, or are we just going to talk about it?
Of course I have it ready. What kind of producer do you think I am?
Hell of a producer. Denny Hamlin puts this out on Twitter in the last hour or two after the Kansas race. Says, give me a break. I was off the gas and on the brakes 100 yards before the 23 let off. I was turning as hard as I could given the aero situation. 11 team deserved that race. It didn't work out.
And he's responding to somebody saying Bubba and Bell raced each other. Denny and Bubba raced each other. And this particular person said he feels that Denny was more careless than Bell was with Bubba.
Cole, Richie, care to set this up? What was the issue at the tail end of the race where, again, Bubba was on his way to winning a race and then Denny allegedly decided to get in the middle of it?
Yeah, so in the last few laps of this race, Denny Hamlin, as we noted, was coming back from a power steering issue. Fell behind on pit road, was able to be competitive. He led a race high 152 laps in this race. So as he said in his tweet, this was his race, the 11 teams race to win, and he went for it. But the bottom line is this harkens back to me, the Jimmy Johnson days when they'd go back and forth battling for championships, and he'd whine and he'd cry. And this is another case of that. We saw it last week with Ty Gibbs. He wants to complain and whine about team orders and being a team player. Look what you did just now. You just took out your driver at 2311 Racing, drove him up the track, took both of you out of contention, and gave Chevrolet the win, which Bubba Wallace pointed out during his post-race comments. And for that, Denny got where he would have finished had he let Bubba go by P2. And instead of Bubba Wallace being in the round of 8, now he's 26 points out, likely in a must-win situation going into the Roval. And Denny Hamlin's 48 points above the cutoff, and he must finish 15th or better this next weekend. So it was a very selfish move, in my opinion, and it could very well be the end of Denny Hamlin's championship run in 2025. We'll see.
Who was it last week? I think it was Kevin Harvick who said that tussle with he and Gibbs would likely spark the end of Denny's championship run. And so, yeah, you pair that with Cole saying, yeah, right now could be the end of his championship run. I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row of things that you can't afford to do as a championship driver. You just can't. So, yeah, Cole, you're spot on with that.
Points-wise, they're good. It looks great, but
For
I want to
now.
go back to the Speed Freaks mojo and how it could work against you. We tried getting him after Worldwide Technology Raceway. Didn't come on the show, and that was when this downfall began. So it's a real thing.
Yes, it's a very real thing, and that's the thing that we talk about, especially with Greg Anderson, who, what time is it? Do we have time to get to Greg Anderson?
Oh, speaking of mojo.
Yeah.
Because Greg references
I'm
that.
going to run some of this Greg Anderson. Again, this guy, he's next to John Force. Again, he is the greatest drag racer ever. John Force is, and then I'm putting Greg Anderson on my
absolutely
Mount Rushmore, right?
Yep,
Greg
yep.
Anderson goes out and wins him another race, a race that, frankly, he'll admit he shouldn't have won, Freak Nation. But given what this guy's been through to get to this final today,
earned it.
Yeah, he did, and he talks about it. And we're not going to be able to get to all this, but there's a part in here that just is like, man, I just love this guy. That's Greg Anderson, your Pro Stock winner from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Had to take out his teammate in the second round to get here. Greg Anderson now. So Greg Anderson walks by us and goes, chicken dinner. No, it wasn't that easy, Greg Anderson. First of all, you benefit again from the Speed Freaks mojo. We show up, you win. But this wasn't an easy race win. Why such a relief?
Like I said, I probably shouldn't have won this race, Kenny, and I'm going to go ahead and say it's the Speed Freaks mojo that got it done. I was really sucking on Friday and Saturday morning, got the speech for you guys, got the pep talk, and took off. And things got better on Saturday, and things got better on Sunday. So what can I say? I'm going to give you guys the half the trophy.
when Friday happens, you're old enough to not carry that through Saturday, aren't you? But there were some issues for you.
That is the good news. I can forget things very easily,
We're
and
running our Greg
not even
Anderson
on
now,
purpose. I
and
forget
then-
things. So, yeah, I probably forgot about Friday by the time I woke up Saturday morning. Not on purpose, but just the way it is for me. So, it's just a crazy weekend, Kenny. You never know what's going to happen. And worst qualifying effort I've had all year, and I apologize to the fans out there. And I never should have had the ladder end up like it was, where I had to race Dallas second round. We never want that, but I did it. It's my fault. I screwed up, and it ended up working to my benefit. So sorry to Dallas, and we'll go on to Dallas and try again, and hopefully qualify well, and hopefully not have to lock horns till late in the day. But either way, it's a 2-horse race going forward, and there's certainly other cars that can catch us, but Dallas and I are probably going to have to stub our toe pretty hard. So we feel pretty good after 3 races of the countdown. We're in good shape. It's not over yet, but we're in pretty good shape. So feel pretty good.
Crash, I know you want to ask a question, but let me jump on that real quick. People may not understand why it's important that Dallas ends up on the other side of the bracket. You guys are teammates, man, and you both want to work your way into hopefully that championship, either one or both of you, in that final round. How much does that weigh on you that, like, oh, man, I effed this up?
It weighed on me hard, and I did F it up, without a doubt. And one of us was going to have to knock the other out, and one of us going to have a horrible day. It ended up being Dallas today, so I feel bad for him. And bottom line is, you're out there to race. You got to win no matter who's in the other lane, and I found a way today, and it's my day. But hopefully things go more to normal at Dallas, and we can have 2 quality cars go all the way.
You've told us many times that you are focused on your own. You stay in your own lane, but on a weekend like this, when things might not have gone your way on Friday, coming into Saturday, are you looking at ladders ahead of time? Are you even doing that the night before the race in order to kind of set yourself up for a Sunday?
I certainly did after Friday night, because we all know coming in here when you have a Friday night qualifying run, it's probably going to set the field. And after Friday night, I laid an egg on Friday night, and I saw the ladder. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to move tomorrow. And Dallas and I are stuck second.
Anderson, we have to cut because we got to go to break, doggone it. But we'll have the full interview with Greg Anderson up at our YouTube page at Official Speed Freaks, or, Official Speed Freaks. Coming up next, Freak Nation, we've got Fast Jack Beckman, NHRA Funny Car Champion. He'll be joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Tony Schumacher, 8-time Top Fuel Champion. And Brittany Ford. It's all coming up. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation. Booyah.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com, a great reference website. If you decide to dig inside your automobile, I'm talking about its engine, talking about outside of its engine, inside the car, outside the car, Lucas Oil has the products to get that ride fat and happy. Been saying it for 25 years, Freak Nation. Go to lucasoil.com. Fast Jack Beckman, indeed, one of our favorite motorsports personalities in the history of mankind. Crasher and I had a chance to host the Top Fuel Pavilion here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, where we had six of the baddest pilots in all of NHRA join us, and Jack Beckman was one of them. Funny car champion, by the way, and now, of course, is in John Force's car, running for John Force Racing. Had a runner-up here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, but we talk about a number of things with Fast Jack up on stage, and gosh, the guy could talk. I promise you, this guy will have a seat in the booth once he decides to hang up from racing. Fast Jack Beckman joins us now. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
No, but okay. So what would it take for somebody to come up to you? Let's say you're having a bad day. What would somebody need to do to come up to you to get back in your head to make you go get it?
Well, that never works. So I'll give you an example of the coaching from the boss here. If any of you tuned into Charlotte in the second round in my quad, that Peak Chevrolet was low ET of the round bunch, and I finished third. And if you're good with math, the only way the numbers add up is my right foot stopped on that run. I just missed the tree. So I'm suited up, getting ready to get in the car for Q1 yesterday. Force walks up and goes, "Hey, so did you try something different up there?" I said, "No." I said, when the state bulb flickered in the other lane, I said, "I believe I just got out of my routine and I just missed it." He goes, "Oh, well then just forget about it and go up and do your thing." I said, "John, I have till right now when you just came up here and reminded me how bad I sucked last week." I said, "Thank God I got 4 practice shots today before I get in Sunday." Like, we go up there for, I don't even know, I think it was a qualifying run at Sonoma. And Sonoma's got this really long entrance to the burnout box, so you could be 2 pairs back, but you're 150 feet away. And John comes up to the car. I guess the pair 2 in front of us, the driver had left and the car had gone over right. He says, "Hey, when you leave, don't jerk the steering wheel to the right." First off, I got earplugs and a helmet on. I'm strapped with the car. I can hardly hear them. Secondly, by the time I process this, I'm like, well, I haven't done that in 16 years of driving a car. There's nothing in my subconscious that would make me want to do that. But thanks so much, greatest of all time, for reminding me what you should never do.
Well, yeah, oh, yes, come on, keep going. Completely.
So, you know how on the television programs, sometimes they'll go live mic to us strapped in the staging lanes. They do it with me sometimes, they do it with Cap sometimes. And Tony Patagon and Brian Owens, "Hey, what do you think about A or B or C?" We give an answer. What I want to do, maybe just for a year-end highlights reel, is go live mic on Jimmy Prock, Thomas Prock, crew chiefs on Austin's car, and Austin. Now, if you're going to beep out the expletives, there's going to be a lot of beeping in there. But it is hilarious to listen to those guys, father-son, Jimmy and Thomas, you're, oh, yeah, I don't know. It shook last time. I was like, beep, 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 it'll be a fun. Drop the wheelie bar an eighth of an inch. I don't beep, 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 I don't know. Last time I barely made it. God, beep, 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 fun. Then Austin will come in, hey, guys. What? I'm trying to get my head straight. All this noise is not helping out here. That's the behind the scenes. There's some wild stuff that takes place.
Who is in your helmet? Who are you listening to when you're in the staging lanes and getting up on the box?
Nobody will frickin' talk to me, Gladys. I swear to God. So when I was at Schumacher's, it was always comforting in the shutdown area. Most times you can see your wing light when it comes on. Sometimes you can't because of the sun or whatever. In qualifying, a lot of times you can sneak a peek at the scoreboard as you go by. But John Medlin, while I was in the shutdown area, you'd hear 385, 331. Good job. Okay, so at John Force's, nothing. And I thought, well, they must just never have told John that down there because they weren't prepared for the conversation. And so after about 115 runs, they say, oh, your radio doesn't receive down at the top end. Your antenna was bad. I'm like, thought you guys just didn't like me. Okay, so we fixed that. So when I'm in the car, radio's plugged in, typically I'll hear our track specialist, Lanny McGlizzy, because he's communicating to Proc's team, to Brittany's team, to my team. And he'll say the track temperature, then he'll tell them the grip at the launch and 10 feet out. So I'll usually hear those updates. And then like yesterday, I asked Cunningham, you want me to shorten the burnout a little bit for Q1? It was a little hotter. And he said, yeah, do it to here. And that's about it. Crew chiefs inherently just don't like talking or just don't like talking to me. It's lonely sometimes in there.
Jack Beckman joining us up here on the stage. And when John Force will come into the Freak Nation, it has been lost on me that it's John Force because he's become so close to us and he's just a drinking buddy. But do you have to remind yourself when he's giving you advice or he's just sitting over there talking to a fan like, that's the greatest that ever lived? Go ahead. I just teed it up.
Yeah. So context matters to me, right? A bikini's fine for a woman at the beach, not at church, right? There's a time and a place for everything. So I am getting suited up completely, helmets going on, gloves on for the final round at Indy. And there are times where in the staging lanes, enthusiastic fans will come up and it's not the appropriate time. So I'm next to the Suburban and Mark's helping me get my gloves on and hey, I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. So I'm like this, and I turn around just to say, hey, I got to get ready. This is John Force. and so the moment went from mildly annoyed to, this is as great as it gets. I'm getting in the race car for the Indy Finals against the other John Force car, and the greatest of all time, who won his first race June 28th, 1987, and then just never stopped winning, is wishing me luck right before I get into his car.
Okay, yes. Those are the moments. You just rattled off his first race win stat. Are you a photo memory?
No, it was my 21st birthday, but it was Sonair and he beat Ed McCulloch in the final. No, I can't. I have a bad memory unless I read it, and I enjoy it. So when it comes to drag racing during the COVID shutdown, I spent months just going back through. I had built up my collection of drag news, which their first issue was March of 1955. National Dragster didn't start till February 1960. And I just started reading, and I recorded a 10-part series that Dodge Garage did, and it's still out there. Just on the history of drag racing from 51 through 59. I did all the notes and articles, was ready to fire away at 1960, and we went back to racing, and I just kind of lost time and interest. So I'm super passionate about drag racing. It's an amazing sport. It's got a long enough history to have rich characters and some amazing stories, but it's recent enough that we still have some Generation 1 people. I emceed a birthday party July of this year at the Lions Museum in Southern California. It's a museum as a tribute to the greatest drag strip that ever existed. And we can all argue that. Everybody's got their favorite place. but the gentleman that I was emceeing it for, Ed Iskandarian, was born in 1922, attended the Goleta Drags 1949 up by Santa Barbara, and has been a staple in drag racing since before there was drag racing, and the man's still around. It's a cool sport. So I've got a memory for this stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fast Jack Beckman.
They're raising bears to you back there. Yes.
Boy, those look good after I make 2 runs.
Right.
So they used to do random drug testing quite frequently. You'd get a notification, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. You got 24 hours to go report. You do a breathalyzer, you do a urine test, boom, you're good to go. So I thought they had it backwards on the breathalyzer. I think they should show up in the staging lanes with a breathalyzer and a tray of shots. And if you blow .00, you got no business getting in that racing. I am completely being sarcastic and kidding. Don't ever drink and drive.
Come on, Freak Nation. Jack Beckman, Fast Jack Beckman. You guys see that? Is it focusing?
It's not focusing.
Not focusing, is it?
There we go.
Look at that. Got myself a snappy ring from the NHRA. Hey, coming up next, Freak Nation, 8-time NHRA Top Fuel champion, Tony Schumacher and Brittany Force coming up. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation. Only if you knew, Freak Nation. Only if you knew.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Texas 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, we've been doing this for 25 years, and damn near every one of those 25 years, this guy's been coming in, Tony Schumacher. I run out of fingers when I count Top Fuel championships with this guy. Race wins, screw that, man. Tony Schumacher back in the Freak Nation, returning to defend his title at Worldwide Technology Raceway this weekend. And Tony, I got to imagine one of the most difficult things about a drag racer or any racer is hanging it up. And a guy like yourself that can still drive a freaking race car, not being able to run the full season, how does that dig at you as a dude that likes to compete?
Yeah, this was a tough year, man, because, you know, my sponsor kind of jumped in early. He wasn't all in at the time. He said, here's some money, do, you know, half the season or whatever. And we took a little time. We were trying to find not only the parts and pieces, the cars, the rigs, but a crew chief. And it took us a while to get Rob Flynn. And when we did that, you know, just sitting around was going nuts. Although I didn't sit around. So my wife was like, you know what, we're going on vacation because 30 years I've been doing this. Y'all been doing it a long, long time. And for 30 years, I haven't been able to do very much just because the seasons are so long. So we spent some time. We got trained. We got ripped. You know, we worked out a lot. And then when the season started, we came out with all the right stuff, the right part. We still need more parts. When you're building a team from zero parts, it takes a little time. But great guys. I got great crew chief, great assistant crew chief. And all the people that are coming over to work with our car, man, they're all. I have some young 18-year-olds, and I have a bunch of veterans that have been doing this forever. They've been crew chiefs, so they're teaching. We have the right people teaching these young kids, and you know, at the end of the day, we're spending this couple of race series here, this last 7, getting ready for next year, but also trying to win Clay a championship.
Freak Nation. His name is Tony Schumacher, joining us here in the Freak Nation, and Tony. Again, back when you started your career, your professional career, running in Top Fuel, compared to where you are now, I don't care if you're Kyle Larson, if you're Tony Stewart, or if you're Tony Schumacher, the importance of gaining and maintaining sponsorship is off the charts. And I know, at least outwardly, you handle pressure well. What about the pressure of trying to secure sponsorship to go racing?
Well, that's the hardest part of the job. You know, I mean, been fortunate to have Exide Batteries, the United States Army for 19 years. And then after that, put the SCAG program out here. And I don't care who says what. We brought SCAG to the table, you know, and had a long contract with them. And it went away. And I wasn't in that meeting. So it's one of those things where it was very frustrating because I had spent so long putting it together and bringing them out here. But now, finding another one, you start to trust yourself that, you know what, give it time. It may take a year, but what we do is right. What we say is right. What we show is right. The numbers add up and people keep coming. So I feel very blessed. I'm looking forward to working with Rick Weir, and I'm loving Clay Millican. I mean, let's face it, Clay's everyone's here. You know, he's the kind of guy that even when I'm racing him, I'm pulling for him. I don't know what the heck he does. It just makes you want him to win, you know. He's just a nice guy with good intent, and he smiles and he's pleasant to be around. So I'm looking forward to getting to know him over the next couple of years. And we have a long opportunity now to work together.
What is the dynamic like between you and Clay Millican? Because you are a very intense competitor. I'm sure Clay is as well, but he doesn't come off as being as such. So what is the dynamic between you two, and how can you each help each other?
I'll tell you what, we have already had meetings where we've sat down and said, you know what, here's a great example. What are you looking at when you're staging in 4 wide? And he goes, here's what I look at. Here's what I do. And I said, well, here's what I do to go a little smoother. And we talk like there's nothing we need to hold back. We both, between the two of us, won hundreds of races in both IHRA and NHRA, won all the championships on both sides. I love the fact that we can sit back, be honest, teach each other, and listen. And we seem to be sharing everything. So crew chiefs are working together. We're using the same parts. We'll start to adjust and see which works better and which doesn't. And we'll go out and try to win a championship. You know, whether it's him or me or both, you know, kicking each other's butt. We're going to go out and do it the best we can with the right people, and just a class act. Like, you know, he's got. I won 8 championships in NHRA. I always joke about it. I've won Indy 10 times. I drive under the John Force Grandstand. Clay Millican has a road named after him. I live in Texas. I don't got anything. You know, I mean, Torrance has a whole city named after him. He's got a key to the city and stuff. I keep going there, and I got a sign on my head that says, I've done things too, but man, they just don't seem to give me. I don't understand.
Oh my God. Well, what do you want? What do you want? A city? Do you want a street? Is there something at the season ending at Pomona that we should dedicate to you? Because you're right. Your name in the record books is everywhere. So what would Tony Schumacher, what do you think you should deserve? What do you think you want?
You know, they put me in the Hall of Fame this year. And that was insanely cool because my dad's been there. So to be able to join him, that was it. That's all I ever need. I mean, obviously that's a goal every driver in the world hopes to get to. If you could ask me 30 years ago if I was going to be there, I'd said, heck no, I don't think I'll ever win a race. It's just the way it is, you know, and all of a sudden you find yourself battling on and, you know, getting older, and they're putting you in the Hall of Fame, the Motorsports Hall of Fame, and you get to share space and share names that are incredible. Mario Andretti. I mean, you can never sit Fittipaldi, and they're Don Schumacher. So to put yourself that's what I need. That's it. I don't need a grandstand. I don't need my name. I don't need a tower named after me. None of that stuff matters.
But hold on a second. You just said something, Tony Schumacher, that does not align with the person that I thought you were. You said 30 years ago, if you would have asked if you would have even won a race in NHRA, you would say no. Dude, your mindset is not that. You've never had a stinking thinking comment in your head. You are a positive thinker. I believe you knew something would happen if you continued to work hard, which you knew you could.
Yeah, I was definitely, I'm an all-in kind of guy, but we were just starting, you know, and we were qualifying at some of the races, and we didn't have parts and pieces. We didn't have what we needed, and I was new. I was very thankful to be there, but I was new, and it sure was mind-boggling, out of this world to think we're going to go out and win a bunch of championships in the amount of wins. You know, were we going to have some success? Our first race, we went to the finals, but we did it having a single first round. I mean, losing Blaine Johnson allowed us to go on to the final round. We weren't kidding ourselves thinking we were kicking everyone's butt. We knew how we got there. So looking back, you know, I definitely was naive. I definitely was cocky as all get out. I think I said that the last time we were talking. I said, you know, the kid back then was a cocky little shit that people wanted to kick, you know. I mean, I get it. And I was loving it. And I challenge you this. You go find a pro hockey player, pro football player, ask them what they were like when they were young. We're all the same, dude. We all got here for a reason. It was a lot of energy. It was a lot of work. It was a lot talking our way into something without knowing what the heck we were talking ourselves into. You know, Selzy said it best. He goes, I spent 10 years trying to get into this car, Top Fuel. He goes, the first time they started it, I spent the next 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get out of it. That's the truth. And they're freaking terrifying. But you don't know it till you get in. I mean, I remember sitting there the first time when that thing was running, thinking to myself, all right, I really talked myself into this.
Tony Schumacher, the winningest Top Fuel driver ever, has more Top Fuel titles than anybody and doesn't have a freaking street named after the bastard.
No street. Not even a street.
Hey, it was me last time you're in here when I said, Tony, when you came into the NHRA and started winning races, you were an asshole. And you admitted it. Yes, I was an asshole. But sometimes people mistake Hold'em, or some people mistake confidence in ass Hold'em. Do you think some of that confidence, some of that ego, some of that Hold'em that you had at the time has hurt you in your career later on in life?
I think I've gotten so much more calm, you know, and so much more business-like. I was around my dad too much. You know, you learn how to do business, whether you want to or not. It spills off. I think so. You know, it bothers me when I hear, "Oh, Tony lost a sponsor or lost this," because it was a series of events that happened. I didn't lose anything. I mean, Randy Glady from SCAC, he just wanted to own a race team. It had nothing to do with you're gone, you're fired. He wanted to own the team, and Joe wasn't going to sell me. And, you know, Kathy at the time was a fan. That's what brought us together. So I think it was a bunch of things that looked a little weird. I don't think me being a negative person or anything like that affected any of that stuff. Actually, I know it for a fact because it just kept gaining and getting new stuff. But when I was young, I lived in a beautiful house. We had housekeepers. I grew up in a different way that most people don't have a chance to. I had to take a little time to get to reality. Once you have your own house and you realize they don't come with housekeepers, that you got to actually do the work, you just learn. You know, you learn to be a cooler person and a little more real and down to earth.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation. Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, "Oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save."
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Ooh, Freak Nation. This segment brought to you by good friends at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com to check out where you can get up to $100 back with a MasterCard prepaid card when you buy 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. We're going to get to some of that interview with Brittany Force, but first, a couple things I want to touch on. One is there is news coming out from Bob Pockrass and others, Crasher, regarding Tyler Reddick, NASCAR Cup Series pilot, currently in the playoffs.
Yeah, this was a tweet that was a few hours ago. Looks like post-race, Kansas. That Bob said, Tyler Reddick, on his 4-month-old son, Rookie, being in the ICU, undergoing tests after showing signs of heart failure. Quote, "It's difficult. What my son is going through is serious. It's a tricky situation. More than anything, I'm just ready to get on a plane and go home." Yeah, don't blame you, Tyler. Holy 4 months old and heart failure. Signs of heart failure. That's just, it doesn't get much scarier than that. We vaguely saw a little bit of this 24 years ago with Jeremy McGrath's newborn.
Right.
And Jeremy McGrath, Supercross, 7-time Supercross champ, his baby had a hole. Well, no, so it was 25 years ago, was born with a hole in his heart. And so that was, yeah, it's just something you don't even fathom. So yeah, Tyler, all thoughts with you.
Hey, Richie, the graphic you put up, was that from Instagram?
Yeah, this was the post from his wife on Instagram, and that's when she revealed that rookie Reddick is in the hospital right now dealing with this heart problem. So yeah, we found out that before the race. Then Tyler stayed in the car, went out, and damn near won the thing.
Yeah.
And he had a crazy race too, because he was running, nearly a lap down in the back of the pack for a while, and then came all the way back, running inside the top 10, had a chance to win the dang race. So the fact Tyler even got in the car today and ran, I was blown away by that, quite frankly. I don't know how he was able to do that today. And I'm not a parent, and that was like, damn, I don't know how you could do that. Mighty impressive.
So yeah, I'll be curious at what develops with Tyler Reddick and his family, of course. Speed Freaks on typically Friday or Saturday. If you follow us on Twitter or X, we'll put out a post regarding chance to win a set of General Tires, Freak Nation. It's called Beat the Freaks, and we've given away a few sets this year, Freak Nation. Cole Cusimano, how did we do this this fine weekend after Kansas?
Let's pull up the graphic real quick here.
Oh boy,
look at that!
Gosh.
1 damn point. Yeah. So the difference here was I picked Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott, your race winner. However, the winner, Tom, picked Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin. Now, though Denny Hamlin finished runner-up, he did get a stage win, therefore an additional point over Chase Elliott. And therein lies how we're giving away a set of General Tires again this weekend. But
whoa, wow,
yep.
I'm calling for a recount.
Recount? I'll take the dub.
Calling for a recount.
Fine.
That's way too close. We're going to take this to the Supreme Court.
No.
Keep those numbers.
Well, it's the Freak Supreme Court, one that we have stacked in our favor, so we might win that one, Freak Nation.
Wow. Who was that? That was Tom? That was our contestant this week? Congratulations, Tom. Don't worry, we're not going to take it through a recount.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've given away how many sets this year?
A crap ton. I'm not listening to the money stop enough, man. I'm going out on the limb, picking people like freaking Ricky Rudd and,
That is true. Shame
Terry
on us
Labonte.
for not taking Cole's advice. He doles it out
Yeah.
every single week. We need to listen more.
That's true.
Okay.
Freak Nation, we're going to wrap this up with an interview with Brittany Force. I know we had her on last week, but she joined us on the stage here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Top Fuel Pavilion. Her along with a number of other drivers. It was a great freaking weekend with the Freak Nation and many folks who joined us for these interviews. We'll have the full interview with Brittany Force up on our YouTube page this week. Here's a portion of it where Brittany Force jumped up on stage and hung with the freaks. Joining us now, Speed Freaks Pit, Lucas Oil Studios.
And now, Brittany Force joins us up on stage, ladies and gentlemen. A Force has been coming in the Lucas Oil Studios for well over 25 years. First it was John, then it was Ashley, then it was Courtney. Or was it? No, it was Courtney first. It was Courtney first, then Brittany. So needless to say, we're more partial to the Force family. If you have a chance to go to our official Speed Freaks on our YouTube page, you see some interviews when Brittany was maybe 15 years younger than this, starting to get into some big girl racing. And John was talking to you and all his beautiful daughters right there. And you guys weren't taking any shit from John. And it was so fun to watch. It was like, no, Dad, just shut up.
He did. In a pink scarf that he bought at one of the stores.
Forsey in a pink scarf?
Still have it. I was freezing my tail end off, and I just happened to run across this scarf for £2, and I bought it. £2, that's money in England. And you know what? If you don't say something nice about me, this boot, you're going to be wearing it. Oh, I don't swear around my children.
Oh. I don't believe that one.
Do you still talk to John that way?
We have our moments, that's for sure. If you've ever met him, he's quite a character. Some days it's really easy to get along with him. Some days we butt heads. Courtney and I just butt heads with him. We're very similar in so many ways. We're all very stubborn. So it just depends on the day. It's hit or miss.
That's the side of the Force family that we enjoyed so much. And when you guys walk up with that electric smile, it's like, oh yeah, that's the Force family. We appreciate it.
Oh, well, we appreciate all your guys' support and having us on your show after all these years. Like you just said, I was back on 15 years ago, 13 years ago. Maybe you were talking about my dad, but I know I've known you guys for a long time. I know we interviewed in 2013. I know we interviewed my rookie season, I'm sure before that. So we appreciate you guys.
How do you feel now that you made the announcement that you're going to set things aside for a little bit?
Yes, so in writing, John Force Racing held a press conference right in our pit just to make it easy, comfortable, and I made the announcement that at the end of the season I'll be stepping out of the seat to try to start a family with my husband. So our focus still remains on this countdown and finishing strong. We want to end up in that number one spot. We're chasing down our third championship. But I'm excited about something new. I still plan to stay out here, stay involved in racing. I'll still be out at the racetrack. And as for driving, that's more of a decision for further down the road once I get there. But it felt good to just finally announce it. My team has been on board. They've known about it. My crew chiefs have known about it all season long. And then, tying in sponsors. So it felt good just to let fans know and, get it out there. And it was great that coming into this racetrack, Blair, track owner here, when promoted it, come see Brittany for her final race. And it was just cool to see so much support around it. He said, I'm going to use that to help sell tickets, and he promoted it. It was just really cool to see. It had the arch in the background and the racetrack. It was just this cool piece of image that he put up. And had my face on it, my race car, and it said, come see me for my last pass at St. Louis. So, again, it's a bittersweet moment. It had its ups and downs, but it's been, something on my mind for a while.
And you seem so relieved now that now you can just focus on racing, one race at a time, one round at a time.
Absolutely. I've had people, the last two seasons, all last season, all this season, asking me, are you going to have the seat soon? When I got engaged, are you going to have the seat? Then we got married. So it's been going on for a long time, and I'm telling everybody, no, I haven't made any decision yet. I'm not there yet. When as soon as we figure it out, I'll let everybody else know. And that's exactly what we did.
Get your ET shrunk a little bit. Is that all a starting line thing? Is it something else that's different in the pickup of horsepower to the 800-foot mark? What is it to shrink the ET even with the top end speed?
That's something that we're all aiming to improve as the ET. We want to, improve those ETs. And really, we've seen mile per hour from our team in the last year. We've been working on, we were always slow in previous years, 500 feet onto the 1,000 foot. So we've been working on trying to improve that 500 to 1,000 foot, 500 to the stripe, and that's where the mile per hour has come from over the last year. And that's where I could really feel it. I mean, you feel it when you step on the throttle pedal and you launch off the starting line, but I told Grumnick, it was one of the 340 runs at the beginning of the season. I said, it was like right at half track, beyond half track, all the way to the 1,000 foot. I'm like, it put me to the back of the seat. And he goes, yes, that's where we've been working on, is trying to pick up acceleration 500 feet on.
At what speed do you know the difference? When you hit 330 and then you hit 340, can you tell a 10 mile per hour difference?
You can. You definitely can. I felt it last night. I knew on the run that not that I knew exactly what the number was, but I knew it was hauling butt.
And of course, Brittany Force here in the Freak Nation. Man, we can't thank Worldwide Technology Raceway enough for supporting the Freak Nation, for allowing us to be a part of their festivities. It's been a great show. A lot of interviews, Freak Nation. That's what happens when we roll out into an event. There's a lot of folks that want to talk to us, and we want to talk to them. All right, man, don't forget Horsepower Hump Day. We've got a little bit of fall break going on. Who knows if Crash and I'm regardless, Cole Cusimano, Richard C. Suave will be there to handle things. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for making this thing possible. Later.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation. Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to Speed Freaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
This is Speed Freaks on Racer Select.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks.